From this moment on, you will now be known as Sharkbait.
Sharkbait! Ooh-ha-ha!
Welcome, brother Sharkbait.
Sharkbait! Ooh-ha-ha!
Enough with the Sharkbait.
Sharkbait! Ooh, but.
So what's up, everybody? This is D, and I've been really leaving you guys on a cliffhanger in regards to the saltwater side of things. And I've been just looking and looking and looking at the tank. The tank has been running a long time. I've taken a lot of corals out, moving things around, but I'm just not satisfied. I'm kind of wanting something different. I'm moving a lot of corals to the basement tanks and taking a lot of stuff out. And I just want to do something different with the rockscape. This side I'm kind of happy with because it's a little unordinary. It's not a pile of rocks. Gives the fish some objects to kind of relate to and swim around. But I really want to create some more structure, like a definition, something to actually focus on when you look in the tank. And I have a ton of mushrooms. I'm gonna probably try to change up, get some different types of mushrooms. These grow really fast and they really take over a little area, as you can see here. So I'm gonna try to do something different. And besides that, it's time to clean the sand. The sand bed is really old. It gets a lot of gook in there and it just leads to detritus. And luckily I don't have any algae problems, but it's part of just having a tank this big. The tank is a 125. I've had this over 25 years, the tank. I've set it up here when we moved into the house, when I was really learning, and we're always still learning. So I'm going to kind of clean up the rock, take some things out, and create some defined areas, or at least remove some stuff and make some space for some other things, and think about what other corals I may want to add. I'm a soft coral guy, so here we go. I know I cut that really short, but I just had to jump in. I cleaned the glass. I took a lot of the old sand out. Look how dirty this sand is. It was really like mud. It kicked up a lot. I got the opportunity to take the rocks out, clean some of the rocks. I pulled some more of the mushrooms out. I really wanted to move the rock away from this glass so I could get flow behind as well as in front of the glass. I'm going to probably change the pumps around. I want to get some different flow so that I can clean these areas. But more importantly, I want to create some areas for the fish to kind of swim in, like caves and things where they're not really hiding like they are now. See how they just disappeared and you don't see them, but where they can run for cover. And then I'll put some of the rocks back in and kind of see where I want to go from there. I got really big pieces of rock, but my more of a priority was taking this old sand out. This sand is actually beach sand that I got probably 20 years ago. I had play sand. That was a nightmare. That construction stuff's play sand. I'll never use that again, and don't advise anybody to use that. But freshwater, you do what you want. And yeah, I wanted to remove some of the sand. I got more than enough biological filtration with all this rock, so I'm not really worried about that. But once again, I'm going to create something like I have over here, but on the other side of the tank. Another thing is I want to be able to put more coral on the ground. I don't want everything up high. I want it to grow low. And for some reason, I guess because of the flow like this, I've been getting everything growing up in like a row. So it becomes a little weird. You know, everybody likes what they like in their tank. So I'm happy with the fact that it's clearing up rather. It's looking pretty decent. It's going to take a while. I still got some glass to clean, but I got the rock. I really scrubbed the rock, and as the sand settles, it'll get its natural like worn in color back. I'll let it settle out and kind of do what it wants to do. There's my aquatic hoodlums. Shorty there is with me since I moved into this house, so he's at least 16 years old. The other ones just kind of rescues and things. I got plastic in the back of the tank and trying to clear the top of this tank so I can get the rock in and out, which is another problem with kind of setting it up. Is kind of, you can't glue anything and then put it in because the lid and the space is so narrow. But anyway, I got this going, but I'm not really happy with it. I'll let it clear up and then I'll try again. Alright, the water is really nice and clear. I got the flow really pushing so I can get an idea of what it's going to look like. The fish are kind of happy. They're doing their thing, exploring, swimming around. Over here, I kind of like it, but I still feel like I got a pile. It's not really rock in the corner, but like coral rubble and things like that, or like heads and branches. So I gotta see what I'm gonna do with that to kind of create a bridge over there. This side I kind of like. It's really high flow because I have the gyre over here. So I don't know. Maybe I'll try to get some zoas or something on this little rock here. I took the mushrooms off. Since the flow is so high, they kind of moving off. This is become their little cave. My maroon clowns, Red and Gracie, really love this area. They've already attacked me twice for trying to move it. So I think they want it like that. I'll take your words for it, fish. I tried to move it again and they literally hit my hand full speed. So I guess they want it. This has got to go. I liked it when I put it there, but I don't like this pile. It's just so many different pieces of rock that I couldn't get it to stay stable. So I'm going to have to use some 2-part epoxy that I can use underwater and glue it. This will be my structure for the bridge. I'll make it really high and come out of the water. And then I'll kind of make it resemble a second island like the other side of the tank. But you're never really happy with your tank. We always have our hands in the tank. Let's see. And I've been getting a little tired of having the same old, same old. So as you can see, it is pretty open. I've taken a lot of the mushrooms out. A lot of them are downstairs. A lot of them have gone to my local fish store and traded with some friends. But now it's time to start thinking about what I want to do with this tank and how I expect it to look in the next few years to come or what have you. Mainly, I'm gonna take this little corner here, which is used to be a big overhang. I've changed it around a little bit already. I try to keep a lot of space for my wrasse and my hawkfish to sit where they can get a little comfortable. This guy loves to sit right here, but at the same time it becomes a little cumbersome and it's looking old. You know that the rockscape could be better. You get kind of complacent. I don't like the pile of rock look, so I'll probably take a lot of rock out and change it around, try to get a little better configuration there. You'll notice the Ceche here. I'm going to switch that out. I got 2 pumps over there. You can't see the rear. It's just a regular old hydro in the back and a Ceche in which I have a little bit of air if you look close to the top. I do my bubble scrubbing, pardon me. By on a routine, I just turn a little valve and it injects air into that and it does my little bubble scrubbing. But like I said, it's a big old 6 foot of history here. I'm going to make some changes. The fish are over 10 years old and better and they deserve a little change, so I'm going to bring you guys along for the ride. Let me know what you think I should aim for. I'm going to definitely do soft coral. I'm not a big SPS dude. I'm a really soft coral dude. I like the movement. I like the ease. I like being able to just cut them and move them around without worrying so much about particulars. And I've been growing this specific type of mushroom. Look at little Mikey sitting in the magniviewer. He loves sitting in the magniviewer. That's why I gotta keep a little lookout point for him. So I keep lookout points where he can come up and stare at me. And that's one of the things which prompt me to change the tank around. So I'm gonna make some changes. Just to recap, I'll put a link to some older videos of what I had in here. I took a lot out. The cabbage leather is actually, since I moved everything, not doing good. I moved them around already and they kind of look pissed off. I'm gonna probably take those out because I'm not even sure I even want those where they were. They grew into a huge colony at one point, and you know, if you know anything about leathers, they can get pretty toxic in their chemical warfare. So I'll probably narrow it down to just one leather and one side of the tank and kind of change that up. I think my main area of focus will be freeing up this little area here, building it up here, and kind of making some kind of open space. I want to open this up a little bit here because I used to have a big old valley in the middle there, and I had my big old old acro piece that I had in the tank for a long time with some zoas that grew on it. I removed all of those. The Kenya tree I took out because it was just spreading all over the place. And just a whole overhaul of the tank. So I got kind of a clean slate now. The tank is not drilled, it's old, it's nothing fancy. I've had this tank for about the better of 25 years or better. It's seen every kind of coral, every kind of piece of equipment. It's seen compact fluorescence. It's seen T5s all the way to LEDs now. So, yeah, where am I going from here? Nothing fancy. Just want to show you guys every tank goes through changes, and you can do whatever the heck you want with your tank. The good thing is no algae problems. I manually dose the tank, just 2-part alkalinity, calcium. And I do the magnesium checks as well as iodine. I had been dropping my iodine for a long time, which probably accounts for the leathers being the way they are. I got to test that. I'll probably send in for an IPC test just to see what the levels are. But in the meantime, I got some humongous pieces of rock in here that have to move and make it really interesting. So I look forward to doing that. I hate leaving you guys on a cliffhanger, but this is D checking out. Got to do my homework, see what I'm going to do. Leave in the comments below what you're doing with your tanks. What are you doing? Link to your videos. Let me see what you're doing. Let's trade some ideas. And if you want some mushrooms and you're in the Brooklyn area, give me a shout, because I got mushrooms in like 3 tanks. And they are crazy big. So this is D signing out. Love, peace, and hair grease. See ya.